Welcome to What's Going On Watts, where we are taught to survive. And just like the phoenix from our own ashes, we rise. What's happening, family? Thanks for tuning in. We all we got, representing Eastside Watts tenfold.
Sorry for that, folks. Had a little technical difficulties. Thanks for tuning in to the show. You in here with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young. Want to watch three sons represent East Side all because the East Side is ours. Gonna continue to stand 10 toes ground down on them tenfold grounds, man. They say that it's a peace deal. They say that the fat lady has sang. How many of y'all actually believe that? How many of y'all believe that the fat lady has sang and this is all over? I don't know, because this place is 250 years old and it has only been, it's only been what, 16 years that America has existed out of the 250 years that it wasn't at war. This place is born on war. You're dealing with Esau, man. His blessing is the sword. He got to use his blessing, because that's all he fucking got is that weapon. Them weapons. Out them weapons, they ain't shit. You and I both know it. But how many of y'all really believe that this peace thing is going to go down, dog? Just not so sure. Scriptures is clear. Never trust thy enemy, because like iron is should have rust, so is his wickedness. That go for these motherfucking one united snakes of amnesia. And if Iran is smart, they won't trust shit either. Now, there's no real reason to trust nothing, because, you know, even though he signed this MOU or supposed to sign it, I believe Iran still have to sign it, but Netanyahu Yehudi said that they're not going to stop bombing Lebanon no matter what, and they're going to maintain and keep the occupied areas that they've already occupied. They're going to maintain that, Lebanon, Syria, and as well as Gaza. One of the stipulations in the agreement is that they got to leave Lebanon. How many of y'all think they're going to actually leave, eh? Do they really have to? You understand what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, man. America could pull its support from these people, and it's a good chance that they ain't no good chance. They can't stand on their own. You know what I'm saying? They're literally surrounded by enemies. In all the Arab states, the whole thing is a mess over there right now. They looking at America, hey, yo, y'all couldn't protect us like y'all said y'all could. And we only entered in this thing because y'all said y'all could protect us. That's only why we let up off fucking Israel in the first place. So it's a good chance that everybody can start hitting them after this whole thing. But, you know, they got that whole Samson option that they always whispering about, you know. And if y'all don't know what that is, that's where they basically hit a button and launch nukes at all their so-called enemies, including the West, you understand. That would go to the United States, that would go probably Germany, France, Spain, Italy, you understand? And that's something that they have an option to do, man. So we really don't know what's up. We really don't know what's going on because we are on the outside looking in. One thing we do know is that you never trust the federal government of the United States of Amnesia. Never, ever, 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 ever. Completely untrustworthy, have never been trustworthy since the founding of this God-forsaken nation. I don't see why we should start trusting them now. You understand? With that being said, dog, I want y'all to listen to what the folks is saying. This dude in particular, I want y'all to check this out, dog, because we dealing with some really, really shady folks, man, on me. And I'm just keeping it 400. Really shady people. But you know, we gonna see what we gonna see because we gotta see what we gonna see. Understand? Let's get off into these couple of videos I got. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long, man. I'm gonna try to get in and out of here like a robbery, if you know what I mean. Here we go.
Americans, unlike Israel, are too sensitive when it comes to fighting and when it comes to actually paying the price of fighting.
You have to actually address the substance of my argument. Why are
Dude said Americans are too sensitive when it comes to fighting, the active fighting. This is a IDF soldier. I don't know if he's a soldier at the moment, but he's a spokesman for them right quick. Let's keep listening.
soldiers shooting and killing children at humanitarian aid hubs. You genocidal prick, biggest welfare whores in the world, constantly taking from the American people.
She's not lying. Biggest welfare whores in the world. Everything. You better do some studying about who doing all the Section 8 and welfare absorption in the United States of Amnesia. Not to mention over there in Israeli, they don't pay no medical. They don't. They have free education and free health care. You know, something that people right here in hell America don't get a chance to, are not allowed to have.
That she's here to instigate.
Please.
She's here to instigate. She is here to instigate. She constantly interrupts. That is not a way to have a meaningful discussion.
Shut up, bitch! Shut up, bitch!
And if I'd ask you to kindly put her in place so that at least I could say.
How many times have you gone to Arlington and paid your respects to American heroes?
I'm not talking to you, Conriquez, you terrorist piece of crap.
So that's.
Hey, if anybody fits the term terrorist, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, y'all not stupid. All of y'all watching the same news and same podcast and information that I is, right? Who's the terrorist around here? Just ask yourself the question. You can answer it later, but put it in the chats if you want to. But let's just keep going.
That's Jonathan Cornelius, and he had some surprising confessions when talking to Mario Nawfal, talking about how Americans are weak and they're not willing to die enough for Israel. Wow. We'll show you some of that in a second. And then
Americans are weak, not willing to die for a foreign country. Oh man, they can't be saying that about them. Shut up. All you fake ass patriotic devils out there, y'all went to Iraq for Israel. Y'all went to Libya for Israel. Y'all went to Somalia behind Israel, Syria. All these countries have been toppled. Their governments are crippled. Y'all destroyed the one nation in Africa that didn't have no debt. It had zero, and it was totally self-contained with food. The most well-to-do nation in Africa is a goddamn slave market right now because of the United Snakes of Amnesia, and at the behest of a devil by the name of Bibi Atalo Yehudi.
Then he had some interesting words to say about Anna. You saw the debates there, and about me. So Anna, tell us all about it.
Well, I want to actually begin with what he, and I'm assuming many Israelis, actually think about the American people, because they demand that American soldiers risk their lives with boots on the ground military operations in Iran, which would surely get our soldiers killed. Now, would they be doing that on behalf of our country and what would benefit us, Americans? No, of course not. He insists that Americans literally die on behalf of the wars that benefit Israel. And so now that Trump is
something that's been going on for quite some time, whether y'all pay attention or not. You're gonna keep watching, dude. I don't know if I got it in this video, but oh boy, Bibi Atalo Yehudi, word has it that he tried to use the whole Monica Lewinsky thing to try to get Clinton to go off and do this whole Iran thing. What was that, back 17 years ago or something? But this is what the word around the campfire is, and says Clinton told him, man, go F yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got evidence that I did some of the internet, do what you gonna do. And it didn't go down, but let's keep going.
Allegedly pushing for a peace deal with Iran. He's very upset and has some strong words for the American people. Take a look.
I think the war was a good thing to do, but what I think is is a problem here is the finishing accord, and what appears to have been an urgency and a desire, an American desire and almost desperation to make a deal and stop fighting. And I think that the Iranians have a good nose for weakness. Whenever they sense weakness, they usually are good at exploiting it into their own for their own advantage. And I think in this sense, they understood that the Americans, unlike Israel, are too sensitive when it comes to fighting and when it comes to actually paying the price of.
He said the Americans are too sensitive. You don't know America. Y'all motherfuckers just mad because you lost one. You lost one. You go on and accept it, man. Yo, just get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody trying to hear this shit, yo. But let's. I want y'all to hear because y'all need to hear because you probably didn't hear this. Keep listening.
Fighting, which of course from an Israeli perspective is easier because it's horrible, but we're here, we have skin in the game, and we're defending our civilians. So
defending their civilians, a war of aggression that y'all initiated. Y'all heard Rubio. We had to attack because Israel was going to attack, and after they attacked, and when Israel attacked, they were going to attack our assets there. So we had no choice. So Israel basically punked the United States into going to war with a country that they underestimated like a motherfucker on record.
For us, casualties, military casualties, is a different perspective. For the US,
it's also the ROI on these decisions as well. The Israel benefits a lot more from a weaker Iran than the US.
You think?
Now, Mario, of course, is absolutely correct. But just going back to what Conricus had to say about Americans, how weak they are, how they don't have the stomach for the fight. Well, I mean, Israel is supposed to be a sovereign country. If Israel wants to fight Iran, they can go it alone, right? Since they're so strong, they're so.
Hell yeah, go do y'all thing, Mary Jane. I mean, y'all can handle it, right? I think y'all will be all right. You understand, man? Iran will obliterate motherfucking Israel without the support of the United States of Amnesia. They already pulled a lot of the American assets out of there, you know, aircraft carriers and such. The aircraft carriers were the ones that would shoot down a lot of the missiles that should have hit Israel. They really should be nice right now, but you know, we dealing with devils.
Tough. They don't need our help at all, or do they? Let's go to the next video.
Is there a possibility that Israel may decide to go at it alone without American support? So if Trump is like to Bibi, hey, you want to ruin this and fight Iran? You do it alone. We're not going to support you offensively or defensively. Do you think Israel is in a position where it would be open to such a war, or it would not make sense without American support at the moment?
No, that wouldn't make sense.
Interesting. Okay.
It wouldn't make military sense. It wouldn't make strategic sense. It may make political sense, temporary sense, coming elections, and the desire by Netanyahu perhaps to be perceived as defying the Americans and defying the world for electoral gains. But I don't think that is a real possibility in terms of Israel.
So this terrorist who gets invited onto US news programs to share his expertise has the audacity to call Americans weak because we don't want to see our soldiers slaughtered in Iran. But when he's asked, well,
in my personal opinion, man, I think the only reason why the Great Pumpkin of Charlie Brown, the one y'all called Donald Trump, I think the only reason why he tried to push for this deal because he could play all the games he wants. He's worried about the midterms. You understand? If he gets impeached and removed from office, he's going to prison, bro. So all of a sudden, he's trying to please the people, the actual people in the United States of Amnesia. That's why he pushed so hard for this thing and talking so crazy to old boy Bibi Talo Yehudi.
What about you guys? Are you guys going to fight Iran? Go it alone? No, of course not. That doesn't make sense because he knows that IDF soldiers will get slaughtered. Why get IDF soldiers slaughtered when you can pressure Americans to sacrifice their soldiers instead? And this is sacrilege to point to be disgusted by. And so if you're like me and you see Conriquez for the terrorist that he is, oh my gosh, I mean, you got to get fired from jobs. You got to get disinvited from CNN panels because Conriquez, as an Israeli who demands that our soldiers die on behalf of Israel, is the credible one, right? So Jake, going back to your endless, frustration with legacy media.
Keep in mind, all of the last 7 wars in that area were all the idea and the brainchild of Bibi Talo Yehudi. So you got thousands of American soldiers that have been unalive and came back maimed. You got what they say, like 21 veterans that commit suicide. That unalive themselves daily in the United States. I mean, how would you really feel knowing that you went off to these wars and fought them for nothing, or that you was really over there fighting on behalf of it's not real?
Media is Zionist owned, which is why they'll continue inviting scum like Conriquez on their programs to advocate for American troops to risk their lives on behalf of their little pet projects. But what do you think?
Okay, so I want to break down 2 stunning things he said there. One, Americans are too sensitive, he said, about casualties. Do you know how many casualties Israel took in Iraq, a country they pushed us into a war with? 0.
None. And if you dumbass sheeple in America don't wise up, no Israeli IDF soldiers died, were unalive in Iraq. 0.
How many did we have? Casualties, dead and wounded, over 50,000, but we're too sensitive.
We talking about over 1 million Iraqis, man. Close to or over 1 million Iraqis. All behind, it's not real.
Then he says, Israel will not continue the war without America. They need America, otherwise they can't fight Iran or Lebanon.
Can't fight nobody over there without the United States of Amnesia, on reckon. And they acting like they want it with Turkey right now. Turkey has the 2nd largest army in NATO, only behind the United States of Amnesia.
Wait, I thought you were not sensitive. I thought you guys were the brave ones. So why don't you go fight your own wars? No. We need our chattel to die for us. But we're too sensitive? Hey, listen, this Iran war, 13 Americans have died. How many Israelis have died? 0.
0. Anybody catching on to the pattern yet?
See, the Israelis are great at murdering civilians. If you've got defenseless women and children in Gaza, they'll drop a 2,000-pound bomb on them and light them on fire. But actually fight against Iran? No. We need America to do that for us. We need America to die for us in Iraq, Iran, wherever we order you to go die for us, and they did. After 9/11, very conveniently, they gave us a list of 7 countries to attack on their behalf. We attacked all 7 of those countries. And we did that at casualties to Americans, but he says all of the death and destruction that America has faced because Israel ordered us to die for them doesn't count. You're too.
Look up. Why don't y'all Google those Israeli soldiers that they caught filming the 9/11 attacks that was dancing and celebrating and taking pictures and shit. False flag. False flag.
Too sensitive. He needs more Americans to die for Israel. You haven't died enough. You haven't spent enough. You haven't done enough for Israel. Okay, then why don't you do it? Why don't you go on the ground? No, I'm too sensitive. But wait. If you think this Iran war is so goddamn important, and you admit it's more for Israel than it is for America, he admits it throughout the interview, then why don't you put your precious Israeli troops on the ground? Go ahead, do it. What do you need us for? You guys are.
Talk, take our ass over there. Iran straight let it be known. We waiting on you, mother. And they could wipe out the entire IDF in a couple of weeks if them. These motherfuckers, they are used to attacking children and women. Okay? Unarmed civilians. That's what their military is designed to fight. They can't fight nobody that's gonna fight back. They are the typical motherfucking Esau. They're the typical Edom, man. They Amalek, but they are the typical motherfucking devils. They're only willing to fight if they have an unfair advantage.
These are the tough guys, right? We're just overly sensitive Americans. You got this, bro. You got this. You go fight Iran. Oh, no. Anna, asking Israel to fight its own wars is a well-known anti-Semitic trope.
Real talk. First thing come out their mouth. When you tell motherfucker, man, we ain't got no business getting in that shit, man. That's y'all problem. Oh, you're anti-Semitic. Shut the fuck up. You can't call Shemitic people anti-Shemitic. It's Shemitic, by the way, you fucking idiots. His name was Shem, not Sim.
No, Americans must die and fight their wars. Otherwise, we're all anti-Semites whose careers should be ruined.
Look, you got to give him some credit for his candor, right? Because, I mean, there is no, like, the veil has been lifted. The way that these people actually view and perceive the American people is basically what you're hearing them say now, that there's a possibility of a peace deal. They hate us. They loathe us. They just see us as useful tools.
Real talk. That's all over the internet, all over the news, how they done got caught. Or how the Pentagon is calling out Mossad for spying on American military personnel. So how your friend or your best ally spying on you and shit?
To bankroll their border expansion projects, their wars, and to basically sacrifice our soldiers on behalf of those wars. And if we're unwilling to play ball, we're the same as the Iranians, we're the same as the Arabs. It doesn't matter, right? Everyone is their enemy if they can't be utilized as a tool.
Every time.
Tell me that ain't true, yo. Tell me that ain't true.
You ring the bell below. An angel gets his wings. Totally not.
This is real talk.
But it does keep you updated on our live shows.
Everyone understandably gets a bit nervous when an agent.
This is the one y'all really need to pay attention to. I heard the last video, but listen to what's being said here, because I, honestly to God, I see this coming my damn self, and everybody need to have their eyes peeled and keep watching. I mean, black folks, you know, nobody looks at us as a threat. Nonetheless, it was black people that got unalive when 9/11 went down. Let's listen.
Of Israel starts threatening, predicting a major mass casualty terrorist attack on American soil just days after the American president announces a deal that enrages all of Israel.
Just like when that truck bomb blew up all those Marines over in the Middle East, and the Israeli military knew it was about to happen but didn't warn the United States military and let it go down. Just like the whole USS Liberty situation, where they tried to sink an American ship and blame it on Egypt. False flag. It's like when they blew up the hotels in Egypt, blew up movie theaters, attacking British and American civilians, try to get them to go to war. It's completely understood that this was done, and you motherfuckers still kissing their ass and, man, this is some bullshit.
What's another way they could sabotage a peace deal with Iran? Another way is false flag. And now Larry Loomer, the mouthpiece of Israel, is actually predicting it. So she says, soon there will be a massive Islamic terror attack in America, and the perpetrators will likely have financial ties to podcasters and those who are sowing discord for foreign nations in America. That would be you.
You hear that? Pay close attention, man. Hey. That's why I'm glad podcasting is a thing and people can get on here and say what they think. Because these kind of podcasters out here that's speaking out against these motherfuckers, they would never get no television time because we know who control the media and the television.
That's the Rogan sphere.
That would be what Larry Loomer's doing. I predict there will be many casualties, and only then will it be maybe set that the people have been conned into supporting a terrorist psyop to distract you from the threat of Islam. So what this is all about is that she's almost broadcasting that watch for a false flag coming from the Zionists.
On me. Now it's going to be a false flag coming from, she's saying, oh, the Muslims are still there. Look, Iran is coming out of this. If this thing gets done, like it's been written up, Iran coming out of this on top of shit. It's obvious who took the win here, who took the L. 300 billion going towards rebuilding their country. They still get control of the Strait of Hormuz. Their assets are being unfrozen. Now, it could be a whole, fattening up the turkey type situation. We're going to make you think that it's okay. We're going to give you all this stuff. So when we sneak you again, you know what I'm saying? Y'all won't see it coming, man. Y'all not gonna put that shit over on Persia. Why do you think they dealt with this shit so well? Why do you think they was able to handle themselves so well during this conflict? They know they can't trust these devils.
Look at Julian Dori. Look what he wrote up the top.
She says it will likely be 10 times worse than 9/11, which was also a false flag.
10 times worse than 9/11 this time. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Which is also, why? Because you'll be dancing 10 times as hard to it, Israelis?
So Julian Dori says, it's the way this guy clearly wants an attack to happen that pisses me off more than anything.
It's my boy, Julian Dori. Hilarious.
So if I was a Jew, I would be furious at Larry Loomer and people like this, because now people see it coming. Now they know it's going to be a false flag, and this is what makes Jews less safe.
And there's plenty of podcasts broadcasting and talking about this. Alex Jones, Joe Rogan. It's a lot of podcasts out here speaking like, yo, I better watch, because, hey, it's not, I don't believe it's outside of them to not only do a false flag, but to use a tactical nuke to do so. Then try to blame it on one of the Muslim nations and say, yeah, they did it. Just like 9/11, man, on record.
When you predict stuff like this, again, let's remember that the Zionists got the Muslims and Christians, which are actually get along fine together, until Zionists made them think they were enemies.
That's real talk right there, man. Mr. God. The Christians living in the Middle East and particularly Lebanon, man, that's a Christian nation. They're not Muslims. It's Muslims there. They speak Arabic there as well, but they're considered a Christian nation. And they're being attacked like this, and you don't hear shit from Europe. You understand?
Muslims revere Jesus. They revere the Mother Mary. You know who doesn't? Judaism. So that's
not a lie. Y'all don't know what the Talmud says about the Messiah and about his mama. Y'all need to Google that shit. I'm telling you, man, educate your mind, dog. Learn more about what's behind it. Look behind the lines. Look behind it, dude. Farrakhan been telling y'all this for the last 40 years, yo. Nobody listened. I tell you something. Farrakhan videos are getting popular as hell all of a sudden with all the stuff he was saying about the Wishbone people.
As we've shown you many times, if you go to Israel, they'll spit on Christians, and the people at the tippy top of government just say it's a tradition.
That's right. It's not real. Look up the video with what's his name, Officer Tatum, whatever the fuck that bullshit fat ass graham crack ass, whatever the fuck. Then watch his video. We went over there and only one of our pastors got spit on. Like it's supposed to be like that. You talking to fucking BB Italo Yehudi, and he didn't say one thing. He didn't look. Watch the video. I got it on my shit. Look up the video on my shit, man, and notice when he talked about their pastor getting spit on, BB didn't make no apologies. He didn't make it. Oh man, well, I'm so sorry that happened. But you know, the youth, the children, it's different with you. He just looked. He just stared at him like, yeah, that's what we do. And the people have been dumbed down to a point of where you could put some shit right in their face, dude, and they're and I'm talking about in America, yo. Other countries are way more up on shit than Americans are.
So what this does is make Jews less safe. This makes people, so now if there is a false, so when a false flag,
that's the goal.
And so as Kurt says, that's the goal, because that is the fuel for Zionism. The fuel for Zionism is to make Jews feel unsafe in other parts of the world, so they feel like they have to go to Israel to feel safe. That was the whole deal that they made with Hitler. Am I wrong about that, Kurt?
No, it was very obvious.
That is really what happened. The Zionists made a deal with Hitler in the beginning. One of his biggest contributors was the Rothschild family. See, they good at financing both sides of a war. That way, whoever wins owes them. It's actually quite brilliant to do things that way. All you youngsters and too young, and the ones that are my age and that grew up watching G.I. Joe, how many of y'all remember that Destro was not a member of Cobra? He was a weapons provider to Cobra. But then it was not out of his range to work with G.I. Joe as well. Pay attention, man. There's always information, especially in the old school cartoons. A lot of shit there.
You can go look it up real easily, and there's plenty of Jews that talk about it. So
here's what Glenn Greenwald says about it. Everyone understandably gets a bit nervous when an agent of Israel starts predicting a major mass casualty terrorist attack on American soil just days after the American president announces a deal that enrages all of Israel. You know,
real talk, Bibi Atalo Yehudi did the same thing. That if we do not do something in the Middle East, there's going to be an attack on the United States homeland. I guarantee it. And look what that 9/11 went down. And you had Jewish people in the streets talking about, well, now America sees the terrorism we have to live with. What the, huh? Motherfucker, did you do this on purpose? Are you motherfuckers involved with this? That's the only question that you left to ask if you got any kind of real intelligence.
Who's not upset about this peace deal? Iran. You know, who's not upset about this peace deal? Shia Muslims, which are the people who populate Iran and run it.
Not just that. Qatar is not upset about this. The UAE is not upset about this. Kuwait is not upset about this. Saudi Arabia is not upset about this because they was all the ones getting hit the most. And that's on my mama. That's one of the main things I seen that came out in this whole conflict that I really appreciated and say, you know what, that's how you get down. All you motherfuckers that had United States military bases in y'all countries, they whacked the shit out of y'all. Last thing y'all thought was going to happen. Used up all of y'all air defense. Israel's too. America started pulling air defense from South Korea and taking it to Israel to protect them. South Korea down there like, wait a minute, motherfucker, we right on the border with North Korea. They can hit us at any time. They're nuclear capable. America said, yeah, we understand, but the truth is, y'all not white. You understand? I reckon.
Those are the people who are not upset about this peace deal. In fact, they want it almost as much as Donald Trump wants it. He's desperate for this peace deal because he realizes he screwed up. He has no cards to play. Iran can shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which they've done. And we've now almost burned through all our reserve oil, which means that the economy is going to tank if he doesn't get a peace deal right now and open the Strait of Hormuz back up to oil traffic because we've burned through all our oil. And so it's exactly what is making Jews less safe is Israel. It's the irony of that Israel was invented so Jews had a safe haven. No, Israel was invented for maniac, bloodthirsty Zionists to go steal someone else's land. That
to kick off a new age of colonialism. It really is the United Snakes of It's Not Real, because on some real shit, they're in the Middle East doing exactly what the colonists did when they came to the United States. Attacking every neighbor they got and trying to acquire and take their resources in their land. Ain't that what what they call it? Modified destiny? What is it? No. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, same thing, man. They basically set up their own little shit over there. It's like a satellite. That's why America supports them and gives them all the weapons that they could possibly ever need. Know that they over there slaughtering babies and women. Over there shooting 6 and 7 year olds in the head, man. They know they doing this. Same thing in Lebanon. Blowing up whole buildings talking, we thought the leader of Hezbollah was there. You're a fucking liar. They know different than General Custer when he was going up into the Indian villages and trying to slaughter every Indian he could find. I mean, y'all know about the story of the Battle of Wounded Knee after Custer's last stand when America took their vengeance on the Sioux. on the Sioux Nation. They gave medals to the goddamn soldiers that used cannons on the children and the women, man. Stomping in baby heads with boot heels to preserve their bullets. This is shit they did, yo. Tell me that ain't what the it's not real is. That's what's going on with the it's not real people over there on the other side. Tell me that ain't what's going on. It's the exact same shit. There's no more profane fornicator than Esau, who for one Muslim meat sold his birthright. These motherfuckers are doing exactly what God knew they were gonna do when they got on the earth. That's why he knew it. He knew Esau while he was in his mother's womb before he was born, doing either good or evil. God said, "I hate that motherfucker," because he knew. He's the beginning and the end, Alpha and Omega, the eldest of days. You think God didn't know when that child was being born what he was gonna do to the earth? And y'all better read, man.
That's what it is about. It's not there to make sure Jews are safe. Jews are safe. Everybody I know in Florida, New York, Hollywood, they all feel very safe.
Right. Well, the rich ones didn't want the poor ones around. They're very classist and racist, and they didn't want an influx of Eastern European Jews. So the Rothschilds and all them, like, get them all into this one place, and we'll use them as a colonial outpost, and they can be cannon fodder like the rest of, like the Goy are cannon fodder, and so are the other Jews to your. Up there, Larry Ellison don't live in Israel, does he? Not to my knowledge. And the Rothschilds don't live there. They got streets named after them. They don't live
there. Ben Shapiro, raggedy motherfucking ass. It is what it is, dog. I'm wrecking. I need y'all to pay close attention, man. Prep yourself. Chance favors the prepared, man. Prep yourself. Try to make sure you got your water filtration going on, got your food rations, your water that lasts 50 years, your food that lasts over 50 years. All of that need to be stockpiled, bro. As well as your firearms and stuff. Fortify yourself. Especially if you got your own land, you really need to fortify yourself. The rest of us that's in these big cities, man, we gonna catch it the worst when shit hit the fan. But they didn't build all these FEMA camps all around the United Snakes of Amnesia for nothing. They're gonna use them FEMA camps. Them camps got they got a job for them FEMA camps. You understand? But nah, dog, I was just dropping in on y'all to drop these couple of little notes into y'all ears, man, to see if y'all could see what's going on, dog. And just to keep it 400, dude, hey, man, they're not playing no games. It's only the beginnings of Jacob's troubles, dog. It's gonna get crazy. I know it's gonna get crazy because these devils are in charge. And they're losing their grip on their power and their control. And if you pay attention to every empire, whether it be the Romans, the Greeks, the Nazis, the United Snakes of Amnesia, any of these empires of Esau, when they get to the point where it's not the empire is starting to crumble or whatever, they get real wild with the slayings and the mass unaliving and the grape and the debauchery and the corruption. It becomes super rampant. And tell me you don't see that in the United Snakes of Amnesia right now. Y'all watch the news just like I do. Y'all see all this shit going on? You understand what I'm saying? But man, your boy just went to drop in here and drop that bug in y'all ear, man. Let y'all know what's going on. See if y'all paying attention and don't go for the okie doke. Don't go for the banana in the tailpipe. Oh, the war is over. We're signing our memorandum of understanding. America has been at war. Has been at war more than 2/3 of the time it has existed. They've been fighting with somebody trying to take something from somebody. Just giving it 400, dog. This ain't finna just end like that. Y'all better wise up, man, and pay close attention. Keep your eyes open, man. And for all my people, like Malcolm said, when they was worried about the president of the United States being an open racist, we better off with an open racist president. We've had this Donald Trump for a minute. People can say what they want. I don't give a fuck about the little things he did for some black people. You watch Judge Joe Brown videos, he talk about how Trump had looked out for some black businessmen back in the day and things like that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. What I'm saying is that kind of shit is that's like feathering your nest. That's like false sense of security. And black folks is good for taking them false sense of security. Bill Clinton blew a fucking saxophone. Oh man, he like one of us. Fuck. Y'all know what the fuck he did in Africa? Y'all know what he did in Sudan? The crime act? Who signed that? Who signed that and made it where the whole mass incarceration thing got a motherfucking turbocharge? Clinton. Not to mention his raggedy ass wife. That bitch was the big old fan of Margaret Sanger, who's the reason why that you got the plan for no parents to be in the hood. You understand? Got black women running around here thinking abortion is liberation, thinking that that's empowering to fucking destroy your own fucking womb. Look, man, we got no business fucking with these people on that level. Like Malcolm said, you got a racist president. It's gonna look, the racism it's leaking out everywhere. They just unalived the 1-year-old in Mississippi. That motherfucking dude that shot at that black family reunion is a fucking fire chief. He got aggravated assault as a charge, a $500 bail. He's on the street right now after what he did. Not to mention the shit with Cyrus Belden, Carmelo Anthony. You understand? It's like they've been emboldened, chopping up the districts, trying to neutralize the black vote. Mississippi just passed a new law down there where you can be arrested if you're homeless. Just like the vagrancy law they had during Jim Crow, when they sent all them black men to go work on the farms and in the fields and digging ditches and shit in prison stripes just because you ain't got nowhere to fucking go. At the same time, they voted to give themselves an extra $1,000 for housing because housing is so expensive. But you finna trip on people for not having house. These motherfuckers, the goddamn devil, the Bible speaker. Hey, man. All of my peoples, man. Lil Wee, I see you out there. My boy Bleon, I see you out there. And my boy Big Dave and Uncle Dave in the hand. My boy Eminem is up in here. Shouts out to all my peoples, man, that popped in here real quick, man. Hey, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you put your peoples up on what's going on, man, because these devils ain't playing no games with us. And if we don't wise up real quick, dog, shit gonna really hit the fan, and we gonna be, like I said, chance papers to prepared. If you're not prepared, you're gonna have a problem. And most of the black folks, they snapping their finger. They twerking. They doing OF fans. They worried about Meg Thee Stallion. They worried about all the wrong shit. When right now, only thing we should be focusing on is not beefing with each other, squashing all the beefs between us as a people, squashing the beef that we got with ourselves and getting ourselves solid together. I love my Latino family, man, but there can't be no black and brown coalition while black people's in the state of condition that we are right now. It can't be. You understand? But yo, just wanted to drop these bugs on y'all, man. Keep paying attention. Keep watching, man. Keep breathing. Keep doing your part to try to make this world a little better that you're going to leave your kids in one day. But most important, come back to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments that he gave us. Our master told us to live a certain way, and he told us to come from among those and be separated. What you think holy mean? Kadash, we're a holy people. We're not supposed to be fucking with these other devils, man, these other motherfuckers. We got in our problem in the first place, trying to be like the heathen. Christ told you straight up, we're not in the ways of the heathen. Jeremiah said, you ain't got no business doing shit the heathens do. You understand? But until next time, man, I love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Eastside Watts, your boy Bam Bam Belly Young, want to watch 3 sons, man. Till next time, love y'all to death, love y'all to life. Whether it be here in the kingdom, we're going to all see each other again, man. Till then, man, y'all stay up, man, and I'll see y'all soon, man.
Welcome to What's Going On Watts, where we are taught to survive. And just like the phoenix from our own ashes, we rise. What's happening, family? Thanks for tuning in. We all we got, representing Eastside Watts tenfold.